considerably less useful. Okay.
Jeffrey, are you still in?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Are you still in the game? On the
Yeah.
server?
Yeah.
Can you help me find debilitating trick for the operative? Because I get it as a class feature, but it didn't automatically add in. I don't know what it does.
You've got to go to the classes button over on the right and then find the one with the actual feature in it. For some reason, something is wrong with the modules. And it
operative,
doesn't.
Yeah, it's operative. Oh, I found the one. Okay, I gotcha. Here it is. Yeah, there's two of them for some reason. Debilitating trick. Here we go.
There's two of them because there's one that's the DM version, one that's the player version.
I don't know why they're all public.
Because they both actually contain slightly different information,
Oh
and I think it was easier just to make both available.
Oh hey, my debilitating attack is the thing I'm probably going to be using that bottle for.
But that's the magic of that bottle, is no matter what happens, it's always in your possession and always ready to drink from.
Continuously breaks a bottle to have a prison shank. Well, not prison shank, but a glass shank.
I thought it I thought it came back at the next dawn.
No, it's just always there.
Oh.
It does mean you can't get rid of it under any circumstances. There is a way to get rid of it, but I'm not telling you what it is. I'm technically using a cursed item rule for it.
I mean, you say that like this is a bad thing, but it's like, you know, I get stripped of everything. I still got my bottle. Come at me. I'll throw my bottle at you.
The bottle is always hidden out of sight, though.
Looks like I'm keystering it.
Just in case that makes a difference on your joy.
No. If anything, I think it would be a benefit.
Alright, so I can do a level 2 cybernetic now. I think. Because it's rounded down.
Really? Okay, so I got confused, and there is no preparation for Mystic.
There's no preparation?
Yeah, Mystics are not prepared casters. They are at-will casters.
Oh. That's pretty rad.
Yeah, they're sorcerers, not wizards. Well, neither sorcerers nor wizards exist anymore because there are no 7th, 8th, or 9th level spell slots, but they're this game's version of sorcerers, not wizards. Oh, well, yeah, I guess that is the spell that I have to upgrade. Oh, wait, I get 2, don't I? Yeah.
Alright, so all the options for ranged weapon accessories. Bayonets, bipods, rangefinder, multiple grips, stocks, flash suppressor, sniper scopes, night vision scope, silencer, laser sight, dampeners.
So, since I am now level 4, would I now be able to make the machine pistol from the options that I sent you earlier? And by earlier, I mean a long time ago. I'll resend them. But I did port them in to my character sheet, and they're in my actions tab. They're one of my weapons at the moment.
Give me a moment. Let me take a look at Ricky then.
There you go.
And this is the one from. So the one on your character sheet, is that one you did yourself?
Yeah. It's the drive-by version, so the level 4.
So is this something that you made, or is this something that someone else made?
No, this is something that I found. But it's essentially the like the SMG that is in the character art.
Alright, well, I'm all set for my level up. You guys have a good night. I got work tomorrow. I'll see you then.
Don't forget to
See ya.
update your
All right.
what you sent me.
Alright, let me do that.
I'd be okay with most of that. The only thing I would say is remove the subgun part. It's just a one-handed weapon.
Okay. I need to see exactly what that does, because I think
That's the one
I
that
would
gives
know as a-
-1 to hit rolls if one-handed, and gives +1 to hit rolls if two-handed. So just remove that as is.
Gotcha. I was gonna use it with one hand.
I did accidentally, by the way, already close out, so Jeff, if you could send me like a screenshot of my card, that'd be great.
Okay.
Let me see.
I just need the front page. Should be all I need.
Oh, Benny.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, the wording on this is a little bit weird.
What's up?
So under the description for spells and spellcasting, you can cast a spell using a higher level slot, but there are also like higher level versions of spells. Like Mystic Cure has a level 1 Mystic Cure, level 2 Mystic Cure, level 3 Mystic Cure. Would those...
So casting it at a higher level is, if there's multiple levels of the same spell, I'd say casting it at a higher level is the same as casting the higher level version. That just makes sense to me.
All right, everyone. Hello and welcome back. I am Raw Zim,
Dude.
and this is Dwarf Fortress. But before we jump into Dwarf Fortress, let's get our battle out of the way. Okay, I am coming through.
Oh, the shields weren't in fact in the Pact Worlds. They're in the character operations manual.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look for that now.
I think I had a couple of screenshots that would give details on that. I'm just gonna put them in Retrograde Renegades chat. Where'd I put them? They're in the anime section. Correctamundo.
Here it is. I had the character operation manual filed away. Let me pull that up.
That's mechanic. What sort of mechanic tricks do I have?
On page 126. Okay. Yeah, so maybe that means that if you've used, that's it, if you've used all of your first level spell slots and you want to cast another first level spell, you can use higher slots.
Alright, yeah, I thought that's what that meant, so that means that I need to keep the old version Mystic Cure as well.
The old trick on that one was the magic missile wizard who only casts level 1 magic missile. And the party's pointing out, but you're using a 9th level slot. And they're like, yes, because it's all I've got left. So why are you still using magic missile?
Yeah. Okay, I will swap out a different spell then, in order to swap in something neat. Or identify. Identify works too.
Alright, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. I'm having some strange lag on my computer for some reason. I'm not sure why. But anyways, we are all set up and good to go. Our dwarves are slowly working on getting all this smoothed out. This was assigned to the manager. Good. That was also assigned. And that's assigned. Awesome. He only needs a meager office, but I've kind of given him a lot more than that. Oh, we need some more barrels apparently. So D then S to smooth stone, and we are going to set a priority 3 smoothing for this area. Just to get the entrance and such looking nice and neat and stuff. Alright, so J, then M, and then Q. And we can tell them to make some more. We're gonna have them make rock pots. We're just gonna do 50 of those. Just get those ordered and hopefully done soon. Oh, right. I need to turn back on Fast Dwarf. There we go. That will make it go much better. Fast Dwarf, guys, is an incredibly useful mechanic that, by all means, use it. So going down a level. Set pen/pasture. So we went here and we'd hit I for zones and then Shift N for the pen/pasture information. And we're gonna move all of our new pets in here. Just to get them out of their cages and such. And let's go down a level from here. Check on the status of our bedrooms. They are really taking a while. Like, holy crap, people, just do it! I'm gonna go up here. Yeah, we already did our trading with the humans there. So let's go back down a level. And we are gonna hit D. And mine out some of this. On a priority 1. So how are you all anyways? We're gonna do priority 1, and we're actually gonna build it up this way. Just do a, what we're gonna build now is a nest area for our various egg-laying critters. Only slightly tired, Wired. And then build B, Shift C. We're gonna put a flooring across here just to make it look nice. Or nice-er. Both diorite, and we're also gonna put those here as well. And while we're at it, we might as well revamp these walls around the staircase. Now, I think we started with at least a couple of, I think we started with at least a couple of nest boxes. So we're going to hit B, and then nest box is Shift N. Alright, so we have no nest boxes at this time. So we're going to do JM and request some nest boxes. You can just make these out of rock or wood or almost any material. In fact, let me show you them all. Yeah, you can make them out of a lot of different materials, but you don't need to. Give me just one moment, Gaming Furry. And I think we'll start with 20. Alright. So last night was a crazy night at work, Gaming Furry. For those that don't know, I do security at a local college. Right after I got to work tonight, there were some kids that went up to the top of our off-campus housing parking structure, a parking garage. And these kids were teenagers. I'd say they were all still in high school. But they come up there, about 6 of them, and they go up to the top. It's raining, so they're hiding in the stairwell under the cover. And I go up to them and I'm like, are you students here? Yeah. Great, let's see some ID. No. Great, let's have you tell that to the police. And I just ignored them as they were like, come on, man, we're just here to smoke a joint. Give us 20 minutes, we'll be out of here. And I just started calling. I'm like, yeah, I've got some kids here smoking weed. They're trespassing. We need them removed. And whatever else you guys want to do with them. But they cannot be here, especially not doing that. And they, of course, start throwing insults at me and stuff. And I'm just like, I don't care. You kid, I've got the authority here, kids. But they of course ran off. They were scared of that. A few hours later, I'm still sitting in the parking lot watching the structure, listening for anything that I might need to intervene on. And 2 of the students come, or one of them wasn't a student of the college, but 2 kids come out of the dorms right next to the parking structure, and they are clearly intoxicated, absolutely clearly intoxicated, barely able to stand. They're stumbling everywhere, and I'm like, I really don't want to write I really don't want to have to write a report tonight. So my plan was, okay, I'm going to do my due diligence. If they start bringing something in, I will ask for their ID. And if they're underage, I search the bag. And if there's nothing in there, I let them go back inside without any problems. Of course, they don't have their IDs with them, supposedly. I'm like, all right, one of you go inside, grab your IDs. The other one, stay out here. They both tried running into the building. And I'm like, oh, great. So I go after them, and I very easily see which room they run into. I go up to the door, knock loudly, no answer. I'm like, I can hear you back there. Open the door, or I'm gonna have to call the RD. They didn't answer the door, so I call the residential director. He's on his way over. I tell him there's a potential alcohol call. They're definitely intoxicated, but I don't know if they've got alcohol. And the fact that they ran, it kind of solidifies the fact that they're guilty. If you run, that means you're guilty. At least if you run from a security or other authority figure. You clearly have something to hide at the least. And they finally, or some other people in the dorm finally open the door. And I'm like, yeah, I need to talk to those 2 that just ran in here. And they were refusing to come out of their room. And so the RD finally arrives. They're refusing to cooperate with me in any way. I start the search because, that is proper protocol. And they agree to their rooms being subjected to a search. All of their property, because that is part of our job. And I find no alcohol, but I go to the girls' room. The actual student. She was the only actual student in the dorm. There were 4 others who were not students of the college in that dorm room. One of which I'm guessing is her boyfriend. The boy that was outside in the parking lot with her. And then she also had her 17-year-old sister there for I don't know why. So I go to the girl's room, and right there on her desk is white powder, lined up in a row, like for snorting. And I'm like, well, that's an immediately, we have to call police because we're not equipped to handle potential drugs. Especially not of the, cocaine variety. So I'm calling up the police and they're like, just sniff it. It's not, it's just an energy thing. And I'm like, I am not sniffing some unknown white powder. We're getting the cops out here. We're waiting on the cops. They find, and I continue the search of the dorm. Under her bed, she's got a blanket there, which I can tell she's hiding something. Because of the way that the blanket was positioned. And I pull this comforter out from under the bed, and something snaps out at me. Thankfully, it was in a glass tank, but it was a frickin' snake! Who keeps a snake in a college dorm? After that, I of course jumped a little bit because I was not expecting that. I call the RD over and he just is like, nope. I call the RD in and I'm like, is this allowed in here? Because I don't know the housing policies. They don't exactly tell me those things. And the RD is just like, nope, and walks out. And I'm just like, so is that a no? Are they allowed or... I mean, I can't do anything about it anyways, but okay. I continue my search, go through the entire dorm, and I come back out and find a bag, and see a bag that they were clearly trying to hide. The boy was. He was refusing to sit the entire time, constantly going all over the dorm, telling me, you don't have authority here, you can't hold me here, you can't tell me what to do, and I'm like... I just ignore him, because yes, I can. I can tell you what to do, because you're on my property. And I am... I mean, security on private property... A security officer on private property has more authority than a police officer. We really do. The police officers, whenever we have to call them up, they always turn to me and they're like, all right, what do you want me to do? I'm the boss there. This isn't me with a big head. This is just a statement of fact. So I'm point to the kid and I'm like, give me that bag. No, you don't have a right to do that. Actually, according to the lease on the property, I do have the right to search this bag, so you will hand it over now, or you can explain to the police, because they are already on their way. He finally hands me the bag, and I open it up. There's a mason jar filled with weed, as well as a grinder, and what I assume to have been a pipe. Weed is still illegal here in here in Utah, and even if it wasn't illegal, that much? I'm pretty sure that much is bad. So I call up the police again, and I'm like, all right, we also have weed over here, and they had some kind of major event going on in the city that required most of their officers. So we had to wait an hour and a half before the officers finally showed up. And during that hour and a half, the girl goes off to the bathroom, locks herself inside, starts throwing things around. I don't care because, you know, that's her property. I don't care if she destroys it. The boy is refusing to cooperate. At one point, the girl comes out of the bathroom and goes out onto the balcony, breaks the screen door off. The RD goes out there to talk to her, and the boy is standing at the sliding glass door, boxing the RD in, and I go over to this kid, and I'm looming over him. You know, I'm 6'6". I'm 6'6" and very intimidating, and I do absolutely use that to my advantage. I loom over this kid, and I'm like, you will sit down and shut up, or else I will sit you down, boy. He finally meekly went and sat down, and then promptly started throwing nonsense at me about how I can't do this and tell him what to do and stuff. So the police finally show up, and I'm just like, I'm done dealing with them. Cite them, arrest them, take them away. I don't care what you do. I'm done dealing with them. The cop goes in, and the first thing out of his mouth is, you will show respect to this security officer and any other security officer you come into contact with. They have just as much authority as we do on their property, and you are on their property and therefore under their authority. And I was just very tickled by that because, you know, I'm validated. The whole event ended with the boy being taken off in handcuffs because he would just not cooperate, even with the police. The girl was left there. The other guests were kicked out, except for the girl's sister, because we couldn't get a hold of her parents to have them come pick her up, and we can't exactly, you know, kick a 17-year-old out on the street. But it was a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Anyways, back to Dwarf Fortress. So we're gonna go B and then D for door. And we're gonna need more doors for this. Rock door, we'll just do 20, and we'll specify them to be made out of diorite, since we've got quite a few of that, quite a bit of that. And actually, JM, we're gonna change these to diorite as well. I love the hug emote, absolutely. Oh, the moral of the story is don't do drugs and don't disrespect security, because we do have authority. We are legally allowed to go let the air out of your tires on your car. I can absolutely do that. I was talking with a cop one time, one of the ones that we work with, and I'm like, I wish we could do something more than just boot these cars or tow them. And he's like, well, you're allowed to let the air out of their tires. What? Oh yeah, it's your private property. They're on your property. You can do whatever you want to their vehicles. They can't say anything. Oh, really? Okay, give me just a moment, guys. I need to check my computer because For some reason, we are really lagging right now. And that really should not be happening. Oh, ad time? Alright, Gaming Furry. I guess while I'm checking that, I can run an ad. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Yeah, I really have no idea why I'm having so many problems. Nothing is wanting to respond. Am I even still alive? Or, I'm alive, I mean, am I even still streaming? Okay.
You look like you're still live and streaming to me.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can hear me, so that's a plus.
Yeah.
I'm having 3 things that are trying to open for some reason. And none of the things I want to actually bring up are working. Okay, apparently ShareX is yelling at me about something. Let's close that. Retry that. Close this. Oh, apparently there's a new version of Dwarf Therapist. Close. 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 Trying to figure out what the hell is supposedly occupying so much of my CPU. What is running in the background here? SMG's apparently, the little thing that puts the music on the stream. That's apparently using a lot of resources. You know what? I'm gonna restart Windows Explorer. That might mess some things up, but that's the only thing that I think is running into problems. And I will actually be right back in a moment, guys. What the hell are you guys going on about? Ah, there we go. Okay, it was Windows Explorer causing so many problems. FaceRig is also having some issues. God, why does FaceRig take so much?
All your base are belong to us.
Oh, that's why. It's been, some of its settings got, undone. Jeez. Okay. Oh yeah, it's a very old meme. I think it's one of the first memes. Alright, now we're running a bit better. Now let's go do our battle. Oh yeah, getting new CDs from AOL every other day. It was the classic AOL. What was the other one? Net Zero? Alright, coins, add. Wired. You get 25 coins.
I'm gonna head off out of the chat at this point. I'm gonna head out and do some shopping.
Alright, Jaffer, have a good night.
Thank you very much for streaming it, and thank you very much for joining.
Yeah, thank you for running the game tonight. Oh yeah, Netscape, that's right. That's the one I was thinking of. Lightning Dragon, you get 25. Dark Chaos, you are not in here. Dalton, you do get 10 though. I'm just gonna go ahead and exit out of Discord now. Since I don't really need it running in the back. Oh, and then Otters comes on to voice. Right, I see that he joined. What did he want? Alright, I'm opening it back up. I was just closing it down to save on resources a little bit. I'll bring my berserker to this fight. Alright, go place your troops. We need assistance.
Why can't I hear you?
Now can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
There you go.
I just got there and you're like, I'm leaving Discord.
I didn't realize you were gonna come join. Usually people
Eh.
don't.
I didn't have a chance to say anything. He immediately left.
All right, there we go. Though the FPS is dropping. Now it's down to only 10. I guess we've got too much going on now. Oh, right. We did just let a bunch of animals out of their cages. That does cause a bit of lag. Having so many farm animals just running around does cause lag. So you guys want to make sure that you're not keeping too many that aren't actually useful for anything. So to manage them, let's see. We're gonna go with B, W, and we need a butcher's shop, which is you. Looks like we could let them in if we put it here. They could get in right, and this, go back out. D to dig, priority 1. That spot. We will do that. Now B, Shift C, wall. We're gonna want to wall off this area and make sure that no unsavories can come in that way. Microclimb blocks. And we'll dig out all of that.
I am modding as usual.
I think this is like part 6? No, this is part 5. I put it right there in the title. Alright. We're gonna hit K. And I want to verify what floor. Alright, we use diorite. So B, Shift C, floor. We're gonna put a floor here. Add a diorite blocks. Also one right here so they can get in and out, or for where they're gonna go in and out. And now Shift C again, wall, microclimb blocks. Most of these blocks have no difference in value from one to the next. It's mostly a cosmetic thing of how you want it to look. So don't worry about, trying to increase value or anything with a specific type of block. It doesn't really matter.
Aw. But I want bone walls, bone floors, and human leather rope. I want it decorated.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is that it doesn't matter what you use, so decorate as you please.
Are you saying that my aesthetic choices aren't good?
I did not say that at all.
That's what
I made no
heard.
comment about your aesthetic choices at all. I'm saying one material does not matter compared to another. So build with what you want.
Mm-hmm. Next, you're gonna say that clams aren't a good building resource.
Clams? The hell are you on about? Yeah, it's all a matter of personal taste for what you build with. Though I am not a fan of this entrance at all. I think I'm going to need to redo it, because it just does not work for me. Sometimes, like this piece of wall right here, your dwarves will suspend it if somebody goes to build it and somebody else walks through it at that same moment. So if they're not building something, you'll want to hit Q, go over it, and you'll see this construction suspended message here. So just hit S and it'll go to inactive, which means that it's waiting for somebody to come do it. So now B for build, W, and we're gonna put our butcher shop in here. And we will make it out of orthoclase. That works for me. So now we are gonna... Huh?
I had a really strange RimWorld modding issue.
Oh?
I had an underscore in the sound def. It didn't like that. It took me about an hour to figure that out.
Yeah, that's kind of what happens. Alright, so now we are going to mark some animals to be butchered. So you'll hit Z, and then usually you can just hit A because it automatically selects animals. And as you can see, we've got a lot of different animals in here. This is where you designate... Oh, I modded too, Dalton. Both otters and I. If you do exclamation point, I believe it's RimWorld. No, it's exclamation point mods. It should link you to the... it should link you to whatever you call it. Yeah, that links you to the mod that or the currently only mod that I made. I'll be adding more in. So as you can probably tell here, cats are always uninterested. They pick their owner, or rather they pick their pet. It's kind of unclear which way it is. They're just kind of, they randomly decide, yeah, you're my human now. You can go through here and designate an animal to be available as a pet. You just go through and the creature, we're gonna do enter to toggle pet availability. So now our dwarves can come take 3 of these dogs as their pets. Until they actually have an owner, their name will just be Stray, even if it's tamed, because it hasn't actually been given a name. Aw, thank you, Lightning Dragon. Now, we have a bunch of puppies coming. And while I hate doing this, I just don't have any need for extra dogs. We'll keep 1 female available, and we're gonna have to slaughter this one. To do so, you just hit B. If you want to keep something and not let it breed more, you can hit X to have them gelded. So now we got a male and female dog. We got a bunch of cats, hens, roosters, ducks, geese, gander, etc., etc. These horses we have no use for because they're male and we cannot milk them as a result, and they don't produce any really useful materials. So we're going to slaughter both of them. The yak bull might have use as a... let me go ahead and look up yak. I believe they can be sheared for wool. Okay, so they can be milkable. They're a source of horns, but otherwise they're more of a meat industry kind of animal. So we'll go in and keep them. The alpaca is definitely good for wool, and that one's female, so it has milk as well. Lamb will keep, puppy, kitten. There's a cat that's been, that has taken a dwarf. We will make our wolf available as a pet. I guess we'll make this available as well, and that. Oh, we have a... okay. Since we've got a female horse, we can keep one of the male horses to, breed for meat industry. KV boar, those are just pets, I'm pretty sure. Ah, right, they're basically hamsters. And they oh, unclaimed ones, okay. So we can just make that a pet and let somebody take it. Because it does make your dwarves happy. We'll make that available. These ones are not actually tame. I don't know how we wound up with them. But we're going to need a kennel to actually tame them and make them useful. Now for dogs and I think maybe wolves. Okay, no wolves. So just dogs. You can train them for hunting as well as war. So we're actually going to make those two unavailable and train both of them as for war, and you just do that by doing W. Now, something else we're also going to need, setting all this up, you'll want to set up an area for training, so you can just do it on the pasture here, so T for animal training. So it's active for that. We're going to want to go to our workshop. Wrong one. This one. Build W, and we will need a tanner's shop. to actually turn the flesh into usable material. And we'll just use orthoclase blocks for that too. Computer, set a timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, starting now.
Damn it, Jaffer. It'll still come up whenever I do this. Whenever I go to actually tell them to do something.
How does this work?
Basically, I just hide the menu as much as I can. Do I, Jaffer? What on earth would make you think that? And how can I correct your faulty thinking? Alright, so we're mining all of those out. I agree, Wired. We need to give him a boot to the head. We're going to come down here to our crafts dwarf workshop. Alright, shell crafts are still enabled. Perfect.
Have you seen the Save Our Ship 2 update?
I have not.
It looks like FTL now. There's spaceship battles and people invade your ship and things, explosions and shield systems and wild stuff.
That actually sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it does. I'll put a video of it in your Discord.
Okay. Alright, so we are going to replace this bridge now. Just hit Q, then X to remove the building. And we are also going to do D, then N for removing construction. And we are going to replace all of this cobaltite floor, because it just doesn't really match anything that I've got going on. It's a little too dark for my tastes. We're going to need to remove these doors as well. So Q, then X over each one to mark them for removal. So that way we can actually remove those floors down there underneath it. Oh, thank you, Darius. I'm actually getting a new one made. An actual 3D one instead of a 2D one. I'm definitely looking forward to it myself. All right. D, N, and we're gonna remove this flooring. When are these humans gonna leave, for crying out loud? They've been here forever. Stop freeloading! Leave or start paying rent. Alright, those are all finally done. So B, Shift C, floor. We will do this. Make these out of gold. Another floor to go into this room out of gold. Oh good, I can have the menu back now. Hey, Noct! It's going pretty well. How about you? Guys, don't forget to go place your troops. Alright. How much, Shift C, floor... How much silver do we actually have available to us? We got a lot of copper, but I don't really want to use that here. Its texture doesn't quite work for me. We got 37 silver bars. Silver bars. Silver bars. Wired, you know how to place troops. I think we'll use lead. Lead has very little use outside of, like, decoration and such. Though it is fun to trade away pots made out of lead and filled with booze to elves, and, you know, just think about them going back and drinking the booze and getting lead poisoning. Even though it's not actually a thing in Dwarf Fortress. It's still fun to think about. Alright, and then this one will be gold balls. You know what, just for symmetry, I'm gonna go ahead and remove that and put a gold floor in that spot. We are going to need to remove this zone because unfortunately you cannot actually add to a zone. It has to be, you have to place it all down at once, which is rather annoying to me. But alas, what can you do, you know? We will put it to there. We will remove the zone here, because I really doubt I'm going to put anything in there. That message at the bottom, that's what you gotta look out for. It means that one of these jobs has been canceled. So it's this one. So unsuspend it. Just move the block. It's not that hard. Thank you.
Do you like Fallout?
I've never really played Fallout. Only Fallout 76, and well, that one...
Oh god, that's the worst Fallout ever made. Why did you pick that one?
That's just the only one I ever played, and I mostly played it because I got it as a gift.
I would recommend Vegas with some mods. But it's
Remember-
so old. I think that's the problem. Is like all these good Fallout games are so old now. If you've never played it, it's kind of hard to get into it.
Yeah. I've heard the same thing about, what's it called? Oblivion. That it's really good, but I haven't played it, so... Yeah. Ooh, that
Yeah, I mean,
cobalt type
compare it-
looks really nice as a wall.
Comparing what? Hide. What? Kobolds?
Huh?
What are you doing to
Cobaltite.
kobolds? Oh, koboldite. Oh, the actual thing that kobolds are named after. Gotcha.
Sure.
That's what they're named after.
We're replacing these doors while Otters is being weird.
I thought you were making walls out of kobolds. I'm sorry.
You play RimWorld. Alright, so DN. What I did there, for those that missed my other tutorial streams, you are able to cheese it to have more than one door. You want to... you just gotta make sure that you place a wall there, or more than 2 doors across. Place a wall and then order them to deconstruct the wall. Alright, the door was placed. And now that door will be there. Now B, Shift C, floor. We're going to do a lead bar there. A lead bar floor. It's not battle time yet, Dalton. I'll go do the battle when it's actually the battle time. I was referring to, you know, Oblivion, the Elder Scrolls one. Got so many smartasses in the chat. Ah, the bridge is finally getting deconstructed. Took them long enough. Alright, B, then G. We wanted to raise that way. We'll just make it all out of one material. And that material... Oh, when did I get brass? And rose gold. I don't remember getting those. We will make it out of gold. A very fancy gate. All right, let's go do our battle. I suppose I should reveal it to you guys. Probably a good idea. Start battle. We've got that over there, which could, and that one, which could be a problem. Especially with that armored unit heading for most of the ranged. Oh, crap. Well, my character got gobbled up. And we got a whole bunch of people about to get gobbled up by that plant. Okay, it only got one of you. Good. All right, victory is ours. Coins, add. Tarnheel, you got the most assists. Coins, add. Jaffer, you had most kills and most troops. Lightning Dragon had most kills. Victory Screech! And Wyatt gets most troops, and Dalton most troops. All right, open the captain chest. The bomber. Tokame, congratulations on the bomber. I'll bring my Centurion. And now back to Dwarf Fortress. Go place your troops. And then next will be a boss fight. I don't know if if just having it all one material sits well with me. I can set it up so that each, all three pieces of the bridge would be pulled up at the same time, or pretty close to it. Just by pulling one lever, but we'll stick with it. Just good. I wish I had platinum. Platinum would be nice. And we are running low on seeds. What is our... Okay, all those got approved. We're still waiting on our leather armor and stuff, which actually I don't think we have an actual leather worker shop. Oops. Alright. DS. Top priority. Let's get all that smoothed. And all this. Let's add... So I guess I don't have any hide to smelt. Let's hit our kitchen here. No fat to process. Is this still designated as an office? Yes, it is. Remove... free chair. So you just hit F to clear a little zone like that. And the mayor has made their first mandate. He is requiring that we make battle axes. Oh, joy. JM. Iron battle axe. Thankfully, just one. Alright, go back here, go down. Looks like the mayor's bedroom and quarters and stuff have finally been finished. So we're gonna go D, then E, engraved stone. Priority 1. Actually, D, mine. We're gonna control V on a lot of stuff. Holy crap. And that's all max priority. Yeah, I really want that microcline. We'll go ahead and just dig out a path here. And we will set the rest of this to priority 4. Or at least, you know, the edges. We really only care about the walls themselves being done or mined out. The rest of it can wait. Is this orthoclase? Oh, no, that's gold. I want gold. So, priority 1, control V. It does look like, it does sometimes mark built walls for whatever reason. So you gotta keep an eye out for it doing that. As it did here. For
Has
no
the game,
reason. Huh?
Has the game Going Medieval popped up on your radar?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks really nice. Very clean graphic system.
Yeah, it actually looks really nice. I'm actually going to be... I actually immediately went to their Discord and was like, you need to add Martins.
That's you put that in the feature requests?
Uh-huh.
We posted a video of it.
Oh yeah, of course. Unfortunately, not many people know what a Martin is still. So, I had to make sure that they knew what I was requesting. What? I wanted you to... Ugh. Oh, I left all that as priority 1. That's why. We'll just do that. There. Alright. Once all that's mined out, there we go. B. Shift C. Again, B for build. Alright, now a wall. My mayor's office was nearly finished. And now we are completely redoing it. Just to get at the resources behind in the walls and stuff. Alright. Ba bum bum bottom. Lum bum 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 bum. ba dum bum ba bum. Ba 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 da bum. There. Get all those built. Which walls? Oh, I see what you mean. It's wired. Let's, check our nobles, see if I've, destroyed my office and stuff. Oh, okay, it's been downgraded to a splendid office. Went from throne room to splendid office. Oh well. Alright, diorite. Wall. Diorite. 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 That one's also done. Diorite. There we go. This dwarf up here is about to get trapped in there. Because he's refusing to follow the directions that I wanted them to follow. And that's his own damn fault. Oh, really, Nikira? Unfortunately, not many people know what a, Martin is. And yes, Martins are very cute. Martins are nature's most adorable assassins. At the least, they should be, they are temporarily stuck up there until somebody digs out that area. Alright, let's engrave the stone now. Oh, I don't have that as max priority, that's why. Alright. Engrave everything. So, max priority, digging out. Again, engraving is D, then 1. Or D, then E to engrave. Yeah, trying to get rid of a mayor is very difficult. Ah, there we go. Now they're free. So what's my quality at? Still just splendid and only a fine quarters. Though his dining room is grand, so, you know, that's a plus. Ah, BD. Let's put some doors in here. Copper door. Copper door. And copper door. All right, speaking of bridges, we need to link this bridge up before we get raided, and we are no longer actually protected. All right, we want to go with the best quality mechanisms we have available. It's looking like we don't have... Ah, there's a masterwork. And there is another. Perfect. Why are those humans still here? I'm surprised they're staying so long. Oh, hey! Otters! There you are! We're gonna construct some wooden barrels, since our drinks aren't getting brewed. We do have lots of drink, so we're not doing too terribly with them. Holy crap, we have so much gold available. Unfortunately, the only material you can make a bed out of is wood. I wish you could do other ones. Alright, B, C. Let's place our throne down. This great quality one. Table. Just go with one of those. Put our other table here.
I love that you put more examples happily available upon request in regards to the Martin videos.
Well, yeah. I've got so many that I can just throw at them. Now
Sound like me and my otters.
we
Get
need
better
a
at otters.
bed in here. There's a nice masterpiece one. Cabinet. What else did our mayor require? 2 chests, a weapon rack, and an armor stand. So B, A for armor stand. We'll put both the armor stand and weapon rack, which weapon rack is R, in the office. And then the chests, which are under container, so H. One will go in here, the other in the bedroom.
I posted a little snippet of my kobold mod.
What do you mean by that, gaming furry? No, no, Wired. You're the same size. Sorry to burst your bubble, but you are not giant space noodle anymore. Alright, assign chair to the mayor. Auto-allocate. Assign the dining room to the mayor. Again, auto-allocate. And assign the bedroom. Yes?
Would you consider yourself a lore expert of kobolds?
Not really, because there is a ton of different lore. A lot of civilizations and games and other things have created their own versions of kobolds, so I don't know all of them.
So Pathfinder D&D.
I don't know
Fantasy.
Pathfinder at all.
Me neither. What about D&D?
D&D I know quite a bit, yes.
Okay, I might ask you for some ideas because I need to start putting together the actual coding systems and mechanics. So far, I got the 3 gods. I'm gonna have Tiamat, Bahamut, and Null. Null is a god that no one talks about. It is the brother of Tiamat and Bahamut. It is the death dragon god.
As I'm aware of, that doesn't actually exist in normal D&D.
It exists in 3E. Just hasn't been talked about since.
Well, I just so happen to have the 3rd edition Deities and Demigods supplemental book right here at my desk. So let us consult.
Yeah, it's Null, just Null. Dragon god, death dragon god, brother of Tiamat. Evil line.
Where the hell is... I do wish that 5th edition would get more supplemental books like these. I'm gonna pause the game for a moment.
You have to nerd out for a minute.
Yeah.
I've learned so much making the dragons mod that it's like, ugh. The mechanics that I want to do now are taking so much time.
Yeah, this book actually includes the information on the D&D Pantheon, as well as the Pharaonic, so Egyptian. It has information on the Asgardian, so Norse. It's got a few other religions in here as well. There's the Olympian as well. Actually, those are just the only other 3 aside from the D&D Pantheon. There is no Null in here.
It's the Forgotten Realms wiki that I see it on. It's mentioned in 3E and 2E, it says.
It's not in here. Some
Hold
of
up
the
the dragon.
information on there has gone away. Like, sometimes they take, they're like, we don't want this in the lore anymore, so it's no longer canon.
Okay, it was last mentioned in the book Cult of the Dragon 1998. It's a lesser deity and intermediate deity in the 1990
Oh,
Draconomicon.
okay. This only has the major deities.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's still. You can still. I'm still going to use it because it's cool and it's a third party. You don't. It's like a neutral party. No one's gonna mess with the death god.
All
Yeah,
right.
so I'm gonna include it because no one else. I just came across it randomly. I was just searching for dragon gods, and it was just mentioned. I'm like, huh? I've never heard of it, but it sounds cool. Like it has a full backstory and everything. I mean, it's pretty detailed. So yeah.
Well, the
So it's
thing
gonna be
about
Tiamat.
minor deities, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of those.
Well, this one's technically a greater deity in 3E. It's only an intermediate deity in 2E, so it got upgraded.
Oh, okay.
It has the power of it can raise the dead as a dragon. It can basically make dragon necro. It also oversees the passage of dragons to the death realm of dragons, whatever it's called. Oh,
Interesting.
Dragon Eerie. That's what it's called. He ferried souls of dead dragons to the Dragon Eerie and ensured they were no longer troubled by the enemies they may have had in life. Pretty cool dragon god. I might use it for a D&D adventure. No one's gonna know what the heck it is.
Go for it.
But yeah, I'll ask you some questions later when you're not so busy. I gotta go and take care of my grandpa though.
Okay.
I posted a picture of the kobold in your Discord. Make sure you guys subscribe, follow, join Discord. PGF Gaming.
Well, thank you for
Do it.
that.
Take care.
See ya. Alright, we're finally getting this, the mayor's rooms cleaned out of all this extra nonsense. Let's double check, make sure that this got, actually... Oh, crap. Never mind. There's a bunch of people on the bridge. So cancel that. We are going to actually set up our burrow, which is something that we really need. I really should have set up a while ago. So for setting up a burrow, you hit, let me check the way. Okay, that is still accessible. So you hit W, and that will allow you to assign a burrow. The point of a burrow is to be a safe location for your dwarves to go to. Like you can easily restrict your dwarves to a particular burrow. So burrow 1, you hit W, then you hit A to add a new burrow, and then hit enter to start defining it. So we are just gonna stretch it across this area, so that if we get sieged or anything, they won't be running out into the open air and getting themselves killed. Or they shouldn't, rather. So there we go. You will need to make sure that you designate all of the area for the burrow. Everywhere that you want them to be able to access. So obviously, good idea to include all of your workshops, your pasture down underground if you actually do it underground. I always recommend doing so. All of the stairs in between. So like right here, they would not be able to go into otherwise. And you can do a burrow through multiple floors. So we can just go all the way down here. And now all of those stairs are flagged. Necromancers, I don't remember everything about necromancers, but they can be a huge problem. I do know that they like to raise the dead, obviously, and sometimes they will just go randomly raise the dead. It's a problem. Something that you definitely want to watch out for. So just keep an eye on your dwarf and possibly be ready to atom smash him. Or her. Whichever one it might be. But yeah, your workshops, your dining hall, their bedrooms. Those are all very important things to make sure are flagged. And it's okay to go into unknown area like I did just there. It doesn't have to be precise. Obviously, even if you designate an area that's not part of their... like right there, that black area, they're still not going to go there unless they have a reason to. Unless they actually have access, because walls are still a thing. Usually by reading a particular book on the secrets of life and death. I am being serious with that. Though that's the main way that a dwarf becomes a necromancer. Well, you can atom smash. Just have him stand in a doorway. All of your levers, like you can see here, I'm making sure they have access to all of those. That is also very important. And I'm going all the way down to our... Magma Forge, which is way the hell down here. There we go. I'm gonna just give them access to that area just in case I need them to have access. But this is just the area that there's an emergency going on. This is the only area you want them having access to. They don't need access to this area down here either during an emergency. So we won't enable that. And then to actually restrict them, you hit M to go to the military screen. Hit A for alerts. And then you go right, and select the burrow. And you can just hit enter to restrict civs to burrow. Your military dwarves will always ignore your restrictions like that because you order them in a different way. Alright, it looks like that is all of my dwarves inside. I'm gonna actually adjust the burrow slightly. Define the burrow, hit enter. And then hit R to go to currently erasing. I want them to be a little bit further away from the gate. So like that dwarf there should, once he actually wakes up, what is going on here? Oh, we've got some migrants. Lovely. Damn immigrants. I would have to say that that is not something that could be defined. Every Martin is fantastic. I would have to say they are all equal. And I am, you know, I am part sable. So I have reason to be biased, but I'm not. These guys are moving ridiculously slow. Come on! I just want to test and make sure the gate is closing right. Alright, everybody's off the gate. Pause. Go down here. A. Pull the lever. N. And unpause. Nobody go running on that now. Oh, crap. Here comes a cat. Oh, the cat made it in just in time. Alright, so our gate works. Excellent. So now we can go pull the lever again to put it back down. Hit M, go to alerts, go to the burrow, and hit enter to unrestrict them again. And now my mayor has demanded more. I gotta make more battle axes. Iron battle axe. 1. At least it's only 1 each time. It would be especially annoying if it were more than 1. Alright. That one's already set to grow certain things. This one to end this one. But this one we did leave empty. So let's hit A for spring. We'll grow sunberries in spring. Strawberries in summer. Rope reeds in autumn, and prickleberries in winter. Alright, so B, W, and we're gonna finally build a leather worker shop. And we're gonna do orthoclase. We also want to get another mason's workshop with M. We're gonna just stick it right there. And let's check and see. Clothier shop. Hit K. That one has to go down here because that middle spot on the bottom is blocked off. There we go. Bowyer's workshop. That can go... We're going to put it there. Just to get it a little closer to the ammo stockpile. We don't need a metalsmith's forge because we've got those all down below. We also need a jeweler's workshop. Orthoclase. An ashery is important to have, but we need an empty barrel for it. Dyer's workshop also requires that, but we don't really need a dyer's workshop. We'll hold off on the soap maker, so that's good enough for me. Let's come down here and start getting these bedrooms finished up. Put a door here. Door here. There. Ba bum dum ba 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 da bum 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 ba da 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 ba bum bum ba ba da dum bum 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 ba da ba ba bum. What is this material? Hornblende? What the hell is hornblende? Off to the wiki. Unremarkable dark gray stone. Okay, we don't need to worry about it. And a door here. BD. Oh, that's the exact number of doors I needed. Just nothing wired. I just wanted to make sure they actually did hook it up right. Or hook it up, period. But if it wasn't hooked up, then nothing would have happened. Is it raid time? It is! I completely spaced it. Alright, let's do our raid. Start battle. Come on, my minions. Wipe them all out. They will not survive any longer. Well, there goes my centurion. Oh, hey, he didn't get eaten. Cool. All right, coins, add. Lightning Dragon, you had the most assists and tied for most kills, as well as most troops. So congratulations. Jaffer, you had most troops. And Wired, you were tied for most kills and had most troops. Alright, let's open the chest. Grant rewards. Dalton, congratulations on the Barbarian Scrolls. Let's get this boss fight done. It'll be the last one I have time for this evening. So feel free to blow your cooldowns now. Alright, back to Dwarf Fortress. So B for bed and for build, and then let's place some beds. We've got all of our nobles set up, so I don't really care about the quality on these. Put that there. Though I do care about the positioning, so I'm probably going to have to redo those ones on the top row. I don't know why. It doesn't really matter. It's just what I prefer. I usually put them as far away from the entrance as I can. So let's hit Q. Remove building, remove, and remove. B, bed. There we go. Alright, let's check Dwarf Therapist. Do a read on it. Migration wave. Alright, so we got 62 dwarves. So your dwarves will sleep in any available bed, even if it's not assigned to be a bedroom. Just keep that in mind. And it is a good idea to have a cabinet in each dwarf's room, so that way they can actually store stuff in there. Otherwise, you're gonna wind up with random junk everywhere. They're very good at leaving junk everywhere. So we had 62 dwarves. Let's do B, or no, J, then M. We're gonna do Q in order, rock cabinet, and 62. Now, it says dwarves on, whatever you call this thing, Dwarf Therapist, but that includes all members of your fortress, whether they're dwarves, beastmen, whatever. We're also gonna hit, actually, slight problem with that order. We're gonna remove it because we have, let's see. So we've got 5 people, 5 dwarves that already have cabinets, so we don't exactly need those. So just 57. It looks like one of our dwarves has slipped into depression. Let's go take a look at what's going on with him. Haggard and drawn due to the tremendous stresses placed on him and is in depression. He is grouchy when caught in the rain. Within the last season, he felt pleasure near a fine bed. He felt satisfied while crying on somebody in charge. He was uneasy after a lack of decent meals for too long. He was bored being unable to fight for too long. Lonely after being away from family. Lonely after being away from friends. Grouchy, dwelling upon being caught in the rain. He was disgusted, dwelling upon drinking nasty water. Something you definitely want to do sooner than I have done is build a general temple. Just a general place of worship for your dwarves, because otherwise they get upset. We're gonna start it right here. We're going to set it to priority 2. And your temple needs to be at least 27 by 27. Because a proper temple requires a space of 25 for dancing in. And then you'll need to put some altars and other things in the room as well. So that's why it's a good idea to have it 27 by 27. So that way you've got space around the edges to actually build the various things you need to build to have a properly functioning temple. And we're just going to have one entrance to this right here, because we don't really need multiple entrances. B, Shift C, wall. And let's go ahead and get that queued up. Alright, unpause. So after your bedrooms are all set up, you'll want to hit Q, and then you have to go through each bed. Actually, let me check something. Z, X, B. Okay, we don't have any, Alright, so we're gonna hit Q to queue some more beds. Because we've got 28 built beds, but we need 30 more. Usually Dwarf Hack is good at that. Hey, Earth28, welcome. How's it going? So then you just go through each bedroom with Q, hit R, and then hit Enter. You don't need to do anything else because it'll usually automatically fill the room. And there'll be... And one of your dwarves will randomly go and claim a room. They definitely get much happier from just owning a room. But again, to keep that happiness up, you can make the rooms nicer. Like I usually will go in and engrave all of the bedrooms after when I don't have much else to do. Because that will increase the value of them and thus make your dwarves happier. Now that we are getting more dwarves, we will want to definitely start focusing on our military. But first, let's go ahead and get our bedrooms all set up. We'll do it priority 1. So we can make sure that these all get done quickly. We're going to have to build a lot of walls in here, as you guys can probably tell, just because we've dug out a lot. All right. And mine. It can get a little tricky to keep track of every space that you're trying to build. But overall, I don't have too many problems with it. But that's just me. Alright, so this will just be a empty area. You'll need to make sure you get a hallway there. And then this will be another bedroom. And now I'm going to start expanding us off to the other side. Just because I like to keep it more symmetrical. Or at least, you know, I try to. Obviously, it is not very easy sometimes. But just, you know. And it's not like you have to keep it symmetrical. It's just what I like to do. And technically, you can throw bedrooms all over your fortress. I believe that it's actually recommended to try and place like your mason and other crafters have their bedrooms close to the workshops, to their particular little workshops. You could even get more micromanagey than that and specify only particular dwarves to work in each workshop. I don't like that. I don't like being that nitpicky about stuff. Alright, right there. Sorry to hear that, Lightning Dragon. They do update that Stream Raiders a little too often, I think. I mean, I appreciate that they're updating it at all, but it's a little too often. Designate that. Oh. I wonder why. Alright, that should be it. Build the hallways to connect them. And voila. Oh, right. I gotta do this and this. There, now we're done. Do hover over a part of that vein wired and hold control and then hit V. Alright, so we've got... Our dwarf is finally cleared out of here, so we can do the big dump of all these rocks and stuff out of the bedrooms. Just do DBD, and then they're going to take it to our quantum stockpile, which is right here. We're going to do DBC to reclaim all of those. So now our dwarves will have access to them again. Let's go down a floor. Oh, right, this one. Down a floor. I haven't even started on that area yet. Oh, I did a big oops. You want to make sure that things like your butcher shop and such that will process materials that can rot, you want to make sure that they have a view of the sky for at least a moment. So H1, let's channel that out. You want to do the same with your... I thought I already did this. I guess not. T to chop that down. And then H, it's D then H to channel out an area, which will remove the floor and stuff, so... Oh, nice otters. But yeah, we got a lot of miasma coming in here. Oh, right. We never actually set our cats back to this zone. So pen/pasture with N. And then capital N. Find one of our cats and assign them to this zone. To clear out those creepy crawlers and stuff. In general, I'm not very good at remembering this. But when you designate something to be mined out, especially a large project like this, don't set it as priority 1. As you can see here, I'm running into problems because I can't get those mined out because they have other priority work that they've been set to do. We'll chop down that tree as well. Yeah, cats will kill mice, they'll kill rats, spiders, etc., etc. Now we are going to put in an order for cooking some fine meals. Or rather, yeah, fine. This will help make our dwarves happier. Just having some meals available to them. Yeah, all of our miners are currently completely preoccupied with this area down here. Let's try and limit how much they're mining at. So that way we can hopefully get that pulled out, or get that other part done faster. Luckily, with hallways being here, we can just set them to priority 2, and it won't be too much of a problem. Because they will go for the highest priority that is actually accessible first. So if we just do this, they'll head off and go, or they should go head off and start doing the other, start channeling out that area that we need them to channel out. Let's get all this set to priority 2. I usually get impatient on these things, and that's why we're running into this problem. Where they're wanting to go dig out what I marked first, rather than what I kind of need them to go do more. They'll get to the priority 2 stuff just after the priority 1. And that should be everything that I've had told them to go mine. So now, yep, he is headed up to go take care of that miasma. Oh, hey, we've got a petition. The Silky Guild has many members in Summit Letter and now requires a guild hall. That is a Crafts Dwarf Guild. We'll approve that. We're gonna wait for all this miasma to be cleared out before closing that off. Actually, let's double check and make sure those are actually lit as they're supposed to be. That is still dark. I don't know why that one spot is still dark, so probably some leaves up above it. Oh no, not that tree! Anything but that tree! I was liking the idea of a tree right above our main fortress, or our main entrance. And then this spot over here has this tree to deal with. So let's chop both of those down. Now, as you can probably see here, because I dug out most of the roots of that tree. All of the roots beneath it are also removed. So now there's that empty space there. And we are going to need to place a floor right here. We'll just use orthoclase because I very rarely will come up here. So I don't care how it looks. I don't care for the looks of orthoclase. Just me personally. Alright, let's make sure that this is all light. Perfect. Perfect. The Shift C floor. Orthoclase. Orthoclase. Sometimes you will see messages like this. The cat has been stung by, or something has been stung by a honeybee. In general, you can just ignore it. It's not a huge problem. As long as they're not getting stung 3,000 times. I swear if you want 3 battle axes now? Oh my god. JM. New order. It's generally not a good idea to replace your mayor manually because that can make your dwarves unhappy. Because they do vote for him. And they voted to have him in there. Freaking idiots. Alright, so here is where we were already planning to put guild halls. So when you have a request for a guild hall, you have 1 year in-game time, of course, to build it. I like to make them 14 by 14. I don't think they really have much of a requirement on how big. Just make sure it's a decent size. And since we've got another guild hall being requested, I'm going to go ahead and also build our Doctor Guild Hall, which I like to use as also being our hospital, which is perfectly acceptable. All right, we got battle time. Oh, crap. Give me a moment. I gotta reload the game. All right. Let's start the battle. Oh yeah, we've got this one easy. Were there 2 healers that were just healing each other while a monster was beating on one of them? All right, Lightning Dragon, you had most assist and max troops. So 35. Coins add. Tokame. You had max troops. And Wired, you also had max troops. Do we actually have that mad Cheshire person in here? We do not. So no crowns for them. Alright, I'll give you guys a better share of gold. Lightning Dragon, congratulations on those flying rogue scrolls. We are 1 away from the next tier. It ends in 2 days. I guess Transformer is a particular unit I was unaware of. Alright, unfortunately that is it for how many Stream Raider raid battles I can do this evening. And honestly, I think this is a good point. Well, no, we'll go for another 15 minutes. Go to the top of the hour. Transformers, robots in disguise. But I'm actually gonna exit out, save game. I'm gonna go double check and make sure that that's the size for the guild halls that I like to go with. It shouldn't take too long to do. Processing raw data. Because I know I did find the perfect size for stuff, but I want to double check and make sure that that was actually the perfect size. I'm pretty sure it's 14 by 14. Oh, hey, and I started in right on top of my fortresses, or my guild halls. So you can see what I did here with my doctor guild hall and hospital. Okay, it was 15 by 15. Okay. Ba-dum, ba-da-da, ba-da, bom, bom, bom. I believe the game is set up so that you will not actually get sieged until you have, I want to say it is 50 dwarves by default. I know that I'm fairly certain there's a way to change that. Let's see. Siege. All right. Oh yeah, you can also completely turn off Forgotten Beasts and sieges, but I generally don't do it. All right. A civilization will be unable to siege if it can't reach your fortress site. Armies need to physically move to the location of your fortress. They are normally allowed a 30-tile radius of interaction. Towers have 10 tiles, beyond which sieges are impossible. Oh yeah, you can also embark on an island or in a valley which is completely surrounded by mountains. That will also disable sieges, unless you dig out to the, or unless you get to the, open up the map border. Then there is the possibility, but it's very unlikely. All right. Well, that looks like that's all that, I can't see if there is an actual number for, of dwarves that you need to have before they will siege. I'm pretty sure it is 50. Maybe it's in the, Lazy Noob pack. I don't see it there either. Alright. Well, anyways, back to the game. Oh, right. We need to turn Fast Dwarf back on. You always have to do that when you first load in. Oh, hey! We have our first baby! Cool! Alright, So now we are, now that a lot of our fortress here is, or our bedrooms are done, I'm gonna go ahead, come to here, and then you can hit A to decide what you're designating. By default, it's designate all. I'm gonna hit A to, it switches to auto mining or / gems. You can see down here in the bottom right. And then hit A again, and you can do just designating. Which will mean that they won't, because if you auto-designate those, then they will just follow it to the ends of the earth. Or pretty dang close to it. Whereas if you just do the designate, it'll just have them go mine what's immediately available. So we've got some more ore that didn't get designated here. And we're going to go back to designating all so that way we can fine tune it a bit more. Make sure we get everything that we want. We're going to go ahead and just mine out all of this. It's going to be annoying to have to rebuild all of those walls, but overall, I just prefer this. So that way we can get more microcline coming in. The Martin's mod was done by Chili Felix. It is listed on the web page. On the store page, that is. Alright, have a good night, Noct. Thank you so much for coming by. I'm about to end, actually, as well. In fact, actually, we're close enough. So thank you all so much for joining me this evening for Dwarf Fortress, as well as our Saturday Starfinder game. Whatever game that was. Retrograde Renegades. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, all those good things there on the website, as well as down in the description below. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. It is because of you guys I'm able to continue bringing these streams to you all. Check out our website. I will be back tomorrow with a marathon stream. You probably saw the schedule scrolling. So it's going to be 3 different games that I'll be streaming tomorrow. So do come on by, check those out, or later today, depending on your time zone. But, you know, anyways, thank you all so much for joining. Stick around in the chat. We'll find somebody to raid. But for now, I bid you all the most fondest adieu. Have a good night, Dalton. Good night, Noct. Good night,
Goodbye.
Lightning Dragon. Noct. Gaming Furry. Jaffer. Tokame. I'll see you all tomorrow. Good night, Wired.